Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sunrise Tarot. My name is Leah, and today I will be doing a reading for the beautiful Libra. I hope all my Libra friends are doing great. As you know, this is a general reading, so there will be parts that may not resonate with you. Only take the parts that resonate, that you don't have to force, that you don't have to kind of change to fit a little bit, and leave it for someone else. Remember, we as souls, we move through this journey with ease. We do not create resistance, so it's important to only take what applies and leave the rest. As you know, I've already meditated on the cards, I've already shuffled the cards, and this is the spread that I have for you today. In the past position, we have the Page of Pentacles, clarified by the Five of Swords. In the obstacle position, we have the Knight of Cups, clarified by the Eight of Cups. In the present position, we have the Lovers, clarified by the Hanged Man. And in the future outcome position, we have Death, clarified by the Two of Cups. So, a lot to unpack here. Let's start with the beginning. We have the Page of Pentacles, clarified by the Five of Swords. The Page of Pentacles tells me that in the past position, you were sort of building stability for yourself. You were, going through an adventure. You were going through a cycle in your life where you wanted to create more stability, where you wanted to establish a name for yourself and, have more resources available to you. Where you wanted to pursue, a specific goal that resonated with you very strongly. You put in time and energy and effort into that goal. But there was, there were challenges as you were working towards that goal, because you do have the Five of Swords in the clarifying position, which tells me that the divine sort of tested how you are accomplishing that goal. It tested your patience. It tested your resolve. By testing your resolve and patience, it polished the goal even more, meaning that it sort of set you up for a greater goal, for a bigger goal. Remember that we see only a portion of what we believe there is, but there is so much more. So a lot of times, as we feel it's unfair that we're being tested as we're pursuing a specific goal, there is a reasoning, there is a kind of like information that may not be available to be seen and to be understood, but it becomes available to be seen. It becomes available to be understood later on. It's because there's usually generally some sort of a greater goal, a more refined goal. And so when we then meet obstacles again, we already have experience in order to overcome them. There are very many moving pieces in your life, Libra, and so this was done by the divine for a reason, primarily for personal growth. Personal growth is a very compelling reason, is a very important reason why sometimes there are things that push us to dig deeper within ourselves to overcome something. We look in ourselves only when on the exterior we see an issue. Then we have an option, as Elon Musk would say, a fork on the road. I'm working through some resistance towards him. I'm working through some negative feelings towards him, because we are in a collective and we are supposed to accept all of us, because we're one. We move as a collective. We don't move as individuals. And so it's important to contribute to the collective knowledge, to the collective understanding as much as you can. And so I'm kind of working through some of that negativity. But as a fork in the road appears, you can get angry on the outside, or you can go within. When you go within, that's where the true answers lie. And you had to experience a period of personal growth, which oftentimes can create resistance from other people. This is why you have the Five of Swords. Five of Swords means that there were some words spoken, and they weren't, they were flat out terrible, awful, shouldn't have been said, but they created that period of personal growth for you. And that also affects the energy flow throughout your body. So you definitely have to meditate so you can balance your chakras, so you can get the energy flow back to its sort of natural state. Now, in the obstacle position, you have the Knight of Cups, clarified by the Eight of Cups. The Knight of Cups definitely tells me that there's something when it comes to your emotions that is imbalance. What's emotion? Energy in motion. Your energy is off as it relates to someone in your life that means a lot to you. You may have had like a specific picture in your mind of how you wanted things to be, and that picture has no more use and it has been outgrown, so you need to blow that picture up so that you can live in the stream of consciousness, in the river of consciousness, in the river of life, right? You can't set pictures into a river. It's not possible. The emotions flow the way the river flows, and so they change. They're constantly in movement. There's no such thing as stagnant energy. Energy doesn't stop, and you can argue with me on that, because, for example, when you look at a marble statue, you don't see movement in that marble statue, but it's there, right? It's just very, 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 very slow. And if you match the movement of the atoms and the particles inside that statue, you can walk through it. You don't actually touch anything. Your mind kind of falsifies that belief that you're touching things, when in reality, it's quite different. Everything is energy, and so the way our mind perceives energy is different. As you become more awakened, you start to become more aware, and it gets more kind of complex, but also very simple. It's that paradox, paradoxical understanding. But it's important to remember that your emotions are being challenged, your emotions are being put through a test, your emotions are being spread too thin, your emotions are being kind of pulled in different directions, if you will. And so you may find yourself that you're putting on a performance in the month of February by being mad at something, when in reality you're mad at something completely different. It's like you're masking the true nature of your emotions. You're pretending, because that is the way you're dealing with things, which is absolutely normal and absolutely quite fine. You may kind of get lost in your emotions a little bit. Again, it's about peeling away onion layers of your emotions, and really having the bravery to address the most, it's really having the bravery to address the most true nature of your emotions, which again, a lot of people try to avoid doing. You're holding on to something. You're holding on to something. You're not letting go. You're like, there's no way in hell I'm gonna let this go. I'm gonna pretend until I die because nothing else is gonna work for me. This is the way it is. I will not change how I feel about this person or about this situation. I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna hold on. And you can just kiss my butt. It's important for you to go through emotional self-discovery in the month of February. This is the beginning. This is the year of the truth. This is where you are supposed to be triggered. You are supposed to be triggered. It's good when you are triggered, because when you are triggered, you examine your beliefs. You examine your thought process. You examine things that you 10 years ago didn't want to examine, that you didn't want to even, that's just in that closet, and let's just leave it there. It's not asking, for anything, so I'm just gonna leave it there. It's just gonna sit there on that shelf for as long as it needs to sit there. But this process of self-discovery can be challenging. It has a very rewarding side, but it also has a side where you have to work through it. There's some guilt that you are harboring. There is some shadowy emotions that you need to address, right? Again, validate those emotions, address those emotions, allow them to have the light of day. The more work you do now, the easier it becomes later. Now, regardless of whether you want to do the self-discovery process or not, we're all going to arrive at the same destination. It's just if you kind of choose to pretend and choose to keep the peace and choose to hold on when you're supposed to be letting go, it's okay. I mean, it's just gonna make the ride bumpier. You will get to the destination you're meant to get to. It's up to you how you want to accomplish that. Do you want to accomplish it by riding, on a more of a cushion? Or, do you want to be cramped in the back and feeling, uncomfortable and angry and whatever else, the more you address, the more you do the self-discovery, the more you meditate, the more you take time out for yourself throughout the day. At this point, the time is going so fast, where we're merging so fast. The timelines are merging, the light and the darkness is merging, everything's merging. It's like a quantum circus out here. The change is happening so fast. The enlightenment is coming for all of us so fast that it's important to take breaks throughout the day and to ground everything throughout the day. Whereas it used to be enough to ground once a month or once a week, now it's like you have to ground before you speak, before you eat, before you leave the house, when you're in the house, when you're doing this, before you get up, before you go to the bathroom, before you go on your computer. Everything requires grounding non-stop in order for you to kind of stay humble, in order for you to have the most of your energy, right? Grounding is very, very important. Maybe I should do a separate video on grounding and what it means. If you don't ground your energy, it's very hard to accomplish anything, because it's like it's like energy is just like a soup, it's just one energy is going one way, other energy is going another way. It's just like a soup, and you're like in this bowl of soup of energy. It's hard to accomplish anything. Whereas when you ground things, you can hold on to them, you can use them, you can place them, you can position them. It's much easier to work with energy that way. in the present position, you have the Lovers and the Hanged Man. So love is a big theme in this spread, right? And love is the energy of the divine, that is the creation energy, right? It's the beginning of everything. Basically, love starts with yourself. Love starts with yourself, and a lot of people don't understand what love is. Again, we're peeling the layers here. Most people in their lifetime don't understand what love is. They believe that like when you look at a happy family, you think that's love. Or when you look at two people growing old, you think that's love. Or when you look at a person and their dog, you think that's love. And so on and so forth. Most people don't understand what love is. If you spend a lot of time alone, you probably have an inkling. But most people have difficulty spending time alone. They always want to have someone, around them. Love starts with self. And in order for that to, kind of come to the surface, you have to be very comfortable spending a lot of time alone with yourself, without the phone, without, cats or dogs or friends or children or parents or whoever. Love starts with you acknowledging you, which can be difficult to do. Oh, I'm already so old. Oh, look, my hair doesn't look right. Oh, I wish I was 10 pounds lighter or 60-pound lighter. Or I wish I didn't have these wrinkles. Or, people find these imperfections inside of them. But once you get past that, that's where, true love really starts. It's about quieting your mind. It's about sitting in a room alone with yourself and feeling like you need nothing else. Like you are perfect as you are, where you are, enjoying the company of you. And then only when you can love you, truly love you, you can be with another person, right? Because when you love yourself, you're not looking for answers in that. Hey, honey, do you think this looks good? It doesn't matter. You are supposed to answer that question. Hey, do you think we should do this, or do you think we should do that, or do you think I should go there, or do you think I should say this to such and such? That's codependency. That's not love. Love is just love. It's self-fulfilling. It's wonderful. It's not looking for honey to answer questions. It's not looking for a codependent relationship. It's that none of that is love, right? And so love is enlightenment, because love is within the actual light that comes into your body. And so when you are fully in love with the essence that is you don't really need anyone. And so if you come together with someone, it's because you have that mutual love and mutual understanding. But again, it's not supposed to be like for an entire lifetime. It can be for a year or 6 months or a month. It's, as soon as you don't feel like love is there, because marriages were predominantly done for economic reasons. And that's why for economic reasons you want to nail down the whole lifetime situation. But that's not what love is about. Love doesn't come from a marriage contract, and so on and so forth. And so the love that you have with this other person is changing. The love that you have with yourself is also changing. You are changing. You are new. You're different. You're not the way you were before. So the experiences that you've had in the past, they don't apply to you because they are related to that other person that you used to be. They've contributed to who you are now because your physical body kind of creates this continuity continuity with the old person. But remember, the experiences that you had then don't have any bearing on you now. So you may find yourself in the month of February like you're stagnating, like things are kind of stuck, like you are experiencing this pattern of not progressing anywhere, like you are in a holding pattern, if you will. This will allow you to really experience a deeper understanding of your emotions and your ego and your shadow side. And it will give you an opportunity to align your ego with your shadow side, thereby merging the light and the darkness. So it's important to remember that a choice is presented to you in the month of February, and you will be taking some time to really kind of look at that choice, because it's an interesting choice. It may require some sacrifice from you, that you're going to be entertaining, um, and you will realize that a part of you has to be surrendered, that a part of you has to, like, surrendered, where you're not controlling, where you're just like, okay, fine, whatever, let it play out, let it happen, let it happen however, I'm not going to try and control it. I'm not going to try and bend it. I'm not going to try and take advantage of it. I'm just going to sit on the sidelines and just watch it float by, if you will. You will learn that you've made a mistake in the past, and it will illuminate something. So you'll see something you didn't see before. And so that's going to lead into transformation. Because once that happens, you're new again, you're born again, meaning your consciousness will go through a process of realization, and that will born a new you. So you could say, when were you born? I was born in 2025. Even though, your physical body was born in, I don't know, 1995, your spiritual body was born in 2025. That type of deal, if you will. In the future outcome position, you have the death card, which most people are scared of. But it is a card of transformation, and it's a card of change. Your relationship is going through a transformation. Your partnership is going through a transformation, because the Two of Cups doesn't necessarily just symbolize a lover, just like the Lovers doesn't necessarily symbolize a lover. The Lovers card, predominant symbol, meaning, is unity of the shadow side and the divine side of you. It's the card of unity of you. It's not necessarily the unity of a penis and a vagina type situation. It's a unity of two opposing elements within you, that create God, basically, or the divine spark in this regard. It's alignment. It's a card of alignment. Yes, the Lovers also has a secondary meaning, which is a card of relationship, and it may feel like it's hanging in the balance in the month of February, but it's only because it's going through a transformation. The relationship that is in the past. A new relationship is being born. That means new eyes, new thoughts, new beliefs, new understandings, because you can't lock it in immortality. Like, it has to change, because it's based on energy, is what I'm trying to explain. the death with the Two of Cups definitely tells me that there is a transformation to partnership, and things are gonna be different. Let's see what we can clarify. I just want to clarify more because I need more answers with the tarot card. Let's clarify this combination. So with the Lovers and the Hanged Man, Knight of Wands, it's definitely risk-taking, increase in passion, some kind of action. This relationship requires some kind of action in order to bring it to your vision. Like, bring your vision of this relationship to fruition requires a risk, requires passion, and requires action. With the Death and the Two of Cups, we have the Hanged Man in reverse. So it's telling me very strongly here, you need to try different perspectives. Try different perspectives. The way you look at something is just kind of not working anymore. You need to change your perspective. And before you start, apologies for my camera shutting down. It's because the memory card got full, and so it kind of shut off. But what I was talking about is changing perspective. So for example, and I know this is a really bad example, but let's say you're a man and you're trying to see a woman's perspective. Put on the heels and walk down, like walk around in a room, right? You'll start to understand, okay, well, this is what women go through. And if you're a woman, put on some overalls and climb under a car and try and change oil, by yourself. Okay, well, this is what men go through, and so on and so forth, right? It's a kind of simplified example that that I'm not particularly proud of, but it gets the point across about changing perspectives. Because we spend so much time doing everything that we're doing that we often forget that, if you want the relationship to evolve, you also need to kind of evolve with the other person. Also, if you are struggling, remember another trick that I know, and that is meditating by yourself for like 5-10 minutes, grounding yourself for 5-10 minutes, and then with your eyes closed and your feet flat on the floor, imagining a bubble right in front of you. And you put yourself in that bubble and you put the person you love in that bubble. And it's just two people in that bubble, you and this other person. And you attach a grounding cord to that bubble, and you kind of get rid of all the foreign energy from that bubble. So it's just you and that other person, right? It helps establish better energy. It helps establish better flow of energy. And if you want to go one step further, you imagine another bubble above that bubble with the two of you in it, and you put love, abundance, health, mutual respect, whatever else in that bubble, vitality, laughter, easiness, or ease, and all those things in that bubble above, and you prick it. And it's important that that bubble is kind of like the golden sun, because gold has a vibration of healing. It's not just a random chosen color, it has a purpose, and gold has a healing vibration. And so it's not randomly that it is used as a form of exchange. It's not randomly that it's, seen as a precious metal, and so on and so forth. There is deeper understanding behind it. When you look at different religious paintings or icons, in a cathedral, and you see a bunch of saints with a gold disc above their head, it's their seventh chakra that's, vibrating gold because it's healing. So, you know, the reason the cards that you see have gold color because it's a healing vibration and so on and so forth. So there's always symbolism behind the most obvious what you see, I guess. And so it's important to remember that. But let's see what we can clarify with the tea leaf cards that I'm shuffling now, trying to make sure they don't fly all over the place. And we've got a gong, an exciting event. That's wonderful. We also have four-leaf clover, great good fortune. I think the divine is trying to make things a little easier for you. And reminding you that, you know, this growth process will be over. It will be over soon. Last card, we got pale, time to get out of a situation. So there are your messages from the tea leaf cards, and I'm also going to pull a Shaman's Dream Oracle card. We've got Caterpillar opportunity. There's an opportunity that is coming your way that you can take advantage of that will help you expand your world, have fulfilling experiences, and create more stability for yourself as well. Angel and Ancestor Oracle card, we've got Wise One, grow within your current situation. So you are growing within your current situation, but you also have to learn how to let go. Let go of holding on to your beliefs. Let go of holding on to expectations. Expectations is violence. So it's important to kind of show vulnerability in the month of February and allow you to not necessarily be perfect, because you are loved as you are. You are perfect within your imperfection, if you will. But yeah, there are messages on the way. We see this older woman with a black feather and a white feather, suggesting to me, and also a raven. Definitely some information is being sent to you, and your subconscious will kind of open up to deliver the message to you. But definitely a lot of growing. You're in the middle of a lot of growing. You're in the middle of discovering new things about yourself that will help you really kind of understand, you know, your life's purpose, your life's meaning, your life's contribution to other lives, and it will kind of all come together for you once that understanding really permeates through all of the chakras, through all of your body, right? In order for us to understand messages completely and deeply, they have to be understood by every chakra, by the root chakra, by the second chakra emotions, by the power chakra, the third solar plexus, by the heart chakra, the fourth, by the communication chakra, the fifth, by the third eye chakra, the sixth, and by the seventh chakra as well. And so when every chakra gets a go, when every chakra experiences that energy, that's when you fully kind of master it as well. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please do like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for visiting my channel, and I will see you in the next one.